Imagine you being a mom of a kid. You have to go to the school in the morning, which is in the bomb shelter. During the night, you had like air raids from 3 to 5 a.m. Your husband serves in the army. You don't see each other for 3 months. It's not only about how people die, but also about how people live there.
This week on Do Not Disturb, I'm joined by Mariana Shafro, photographer, creative, and a mom of 3. We talk about raising kids across cultures, reclaiming your energy after birth, and building a life that's full but still yours.
It's not in the news, but people are actually dying every day, and Kyiv is being bombed every day.
What led you to photography?
I believe that actually photography chose me. I just wanted something more real. This is such an intimate contact with an object you're making portraits of. My first was cesarean, second one was with epidural, and this one happened to be completely natural. So I was basically standing when I delivered to my husband's hands. The doctor couldn't make it to our room.
Wow.
So my husband is my personal superhero. He didn't say it in the previous interview, so I have to tell you, baby, I love you so much. And let's have threesome.
Welcome to Do Not Disturb, the inside story. I'm your host, Simona Devta. One thing that's always in your bag.
Lip gloss.
Amazing. A particular one?
Yes, it is. Of course, it's Barbara Sturm.
Amazing. I don't have this one. I need to get it. Favorite baby product?
Oh, Barbara Sturm again.
They have baby products?
It's amazing. It's something I would use for myself when I'm skiing. I would like to to say that it's just my preferences, not that it's a paid
Yeah, it's not a
ad.
Sponsored ad. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, her products are amazing. Yeah.
yes, and kids products in particular. The baby cream, you should.
I'll buy it.
You will not buy it. I'll give it to you. Yeah.
No.
So just try it, because everything she does, I am obsessed with.
City vibe or countryside?
As you know, I moved from Chelsea to Isher not so long time ago, and I have this personality which appreciates where you are. So as I embraced Chelsea 3 years ago, I'm discovering with the same obsession countryside. All this mud, woods, rivers, long walks, 20 kilometers, not sure how much is it in miles per day. It's definitely something that I'm in love with these days, and I totally love it. So I would say countryside.
Amazing. And could you tell us how is your ritual looking like on the days of your shoots?
Oh, it's almost like getting married. You know, I cannot sleep all night long before the shoot, because I always worry the alarm will not work, that my camera will not switch on. So I check everything 100,000 times. Then I don't sleep all night long. At 5 a.m. awake as it would be a midday. And basically it's always a celebration for me, because this is such an intimate contact with an object you're making portraits of, that for me it's quite a special day all the time, I guess, which can be compared with a wedding day for a bride. So for me, my work is a celebration.
That's so nice, because yesterday I got my hair done, as everyone can see, with the hairdresser that you recommended.
Uh-huh.
And she said, "How do you know Mariana?" And I said, "Well, I was looking for a family photographer, and often family pictures, especially, I think they can look like a Colgate advertisement, you know, which you don't want to do." And the word that I used to describe your photography was intimate. I think you really catch, you know, people in their intimate, authentic state, which you just said that's exactly how you feel when
I'm learning all the time. I'm learning not to interfere too much, and to let people to be free as much as possible. And if they are open to it, just to give them space for their daily routine, for their poses, for their way the photo shoot should go. Definitely we would do those few pictures which grandmas will appreciate, because there should be some where they all look at the shot and everyone is smiling and all eyes are wide open. Otherwise, grandmas would consider the photographer is terrible. But most of the photo shoot, I would try to catch the live moments of the objects if we're talking about family photo shoots. Basically what I do, it's everything that has to do with people. Sometimes it's ads, sometimes it's brands, business portraits, model tests, acting tests. I love everything that has a relation to people.
That's nice. Amazing. So welcome to Do Not Disturb. I'm so happy to have you here, Mariana. Thank you for making it. I know it's a time commitment, with 3 children and work. And when I reached out to you, you were like, I'll be there if you need me to. That was so sweet. Like, very nice. Thank you so much.
Oh, Simona, I have to say thank you, because I believe what you're doing is just amazing. And for you to find in time while at your beautiful state, for me, it's me who should say thank you.
Great. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself in your own words?
If to go according to, I don't know, LinkedIn profile, I'm Mariana, photographer, portrait photographer, graduated from New York Film Academy, lived most of my life in Ukraine, the capital, Kyiv, moved to Latvia because of love of my life. There are no other reasons you can move to Latvia.
No. Same to Brazil,
love.
to be honest.
There are people moving to Dubai for certain reasons, and usually it's money. Or people are moving to Paris, and usually it's because of vibe, beauty, and this Parisian lifestyle.
Yes.
So Latvia, I believe it's only because of love.
Definitely. I moved away from Latvia, so I mean, it's a nice country. It's a bit difficult to live in. Yeah, let's not say bad things about Latvia. And now you're here in London.
I am, which is another stage of our life. So we moved 3 years ago with my husband, and yet 2 kids. Now we have 3. Yes, but we are enjoying the new stage where the city is crazy. We live a bit far where it's not so crazy, but you always can reach it within 40 minutes back.
Yeah, it's a great place to be.
So I love this balance. And what else? I love wakeboarding. We travel a lot. My time mostly spent between my work as a photographer, my project VARTA, which is a movie series about Ukrainian warriors who are protecting our land, the Ukrainian armed forces, and my family. So those 3 occupy most of my time.
You're answering all my questions. I didn't even have time to ask them, but I wanted to start maybe with how you started with photography. What led you to photography and New York Film Academy? Can you tell us briefly about that?
I believe that actually photography chose me, not
Okay.
me who was choosing between different spheres, because I was initially graduating journalism back in Ukraine, and then just a few circumstances took me to the place where I was running a photo studio in the city center, and I was hosting most of the most amazing photographers from worldwide, assisting them, and at the same time with my master's from New York Film Academy, I had a lot of knowledge in video, because part of my course, which was digital journalism, was video production. So all of that together took me to continue in photography later, when I decided that journalism in Ukraine is not the same as it is in US, and I just wanted something more real.
So you started taking pictures, or?
I was assisting first in the studio. A friend of mine opened a model agency, and once during the lunch he said, like, there is one of these rooms It has no windows. I don't know what to do with it. And the rent is crazy. And it's basically like in Harrods. So the location is tremendous. And I said, like, come on, you are having a model agency. You have to have like a small studio there if you have a spare room. And he's like, no, oh no, this is such a hassle. Who's gonna run it? And I'm like, well, let me do it.
Amazing.
And it was so centrally located that all the shoots, which were, let's say, there was no need for some special location, but it needed just white walls, and then the stylist, photographers would take over. So this is how Vogue, Elle, other magazines started shooting in my studio. And at that time, it was the times when Vogue could bring to Ukraine some American photographers just to make a cover. So I had the most amazing school you could afford at that times in Ukraine, because it was 20 years ago.
Time goes quick, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I started using these words like 20 years ago, and I'm like, how can I be old enough to do something 20 years ago? But yeah, time goes quick. That's nice. And last time I saw you, we went out for lunch, and I was like, I really want another baby. I really want to be a mom again. And you were like, I have 2. It's okay. And now you have 3. How did that come around?
I have 3, and I have to tell you, it's not enough. Yes, so I hope this hormone tornado will leave me alone, and I will stay with 3. But yes, it was.
What changed between 1 and 2, 2 and 3?
Everything. It's quite hard. I guess I'm still just trying to understand how this small corporation, this small office works. But yeah, it's a lot about balancing between a lot of things you won't fully enjoy, but not with me. Like I have to be everywhere. That's why I'm trying to balance between kids, work, and pleasure, as we're having now.
And that's great, I guess. That's what everyone wants. But you did that even with 2 children now, and now you're doing it with 3 children. Like, what made you want the 3rd child? That was my question. What made you tip over to have a 3rd one? Or it just happened?
I felt like I have time.
Which is a great thing for a woman to have.
Yes,
yeah.
It was just that month when I thought, seems like I have, like, children are growing up enough and I have time for something. What should it be? And then somehow this idea got into my head, and we discussed it with my husband, and he was like, yeah, let's do. Why not? And in our case, it never takes us long between decision and the result.
And how old are your children now?
They're 6 and 8 years old, Mia and David. Now we call them old kids. And we have new baby angel, Ella. It's after my husband's grandma, who is actually the mother of Lyonya.
Yes.
Who is your father-in-law, or how?
No, that's your father-in-law. Stepfather.
Yes. Yeah.
Ex-stepfather. I have a new stepfather now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Complicated blended family dynamics. And would you recommend having children so close and then with a gap? Does that feel like a good manageable dynamic to have?
I think you can manage pretty much everything, especially with my nerve system. I believe I'm quite stable, so no matter how much challenges I'm getting, I usually
you manage it.
Yes.
And what support system do you have at home to help you manage this?
I have a nanny, housekeeper who comes to clean the house. That's it.
That's not so much, actually, for 3 children and a full-time job.
Oh, yes.
The amount of traveling you do.
I would love to have some more people to help, like my mom, for example, or my mom-in-law, but they are far, so...
That's another thing, right? We have to have help because we don't have family around. Like, some people say, I don't have help, but then they have family. if you're alone in a different country, you really need the help. Otherwise, you cannot leave the house. So,
Yes.
Just one nanny for you?
Yeah. She's my lifesaver. Every time she tries to quit after some really hard weeks, I'm like, oh, Lena, please, it's not about you anymore. The kids, they need you. What we're gonna do without you? So I just push all the boundaries of her values to make sure she stays.
It's very important. I mean, I heard that, I think it's a Canadian underwear. When the lady sold the company, the first thing she did, she bought a house for the nanny that helped her raise the children. I think it's so cute because
yes,
we couldn't do it without them, you know?
For sure. My nanny, who raised me, and then my sister, she was with us for 25 years in the family. So later on, when we were growing up, she would come just once a week to help us making vareniki. It's Ukrainian dumplings.
Yeah.
It was kind of a family tradition.
That's so nice.
But yes, definitely having those people is such a help, and they are becoming family members.
Talking about traditions, I had a few questions. So obviously you raise children with different backgrounds from different countries now in London. How do you manage to keep those traditions in the modern household? It is
easy for me at some points, because basically you just raise your kids the way you were raised. So in my family, the traditions, they were a part of our everyday life. And even those pierogi making, it was kind of a family psychotherapy.
That's
when
nice.
Everyone sits together and they have this micro moves in their hands, which calms you down, so you can discuss a lot of things without getting tension there. So this was usually the times when all our female part of the family would sit together, discussing the future plans and everything what was done wrong, usually by me. So a lot of those traditions I implement now with my kids, and we trying to follow my husband's traditions, which are Jewish traditions. We are trying to follow my part, which are Ukrainian, but it's mostly like an implementation to everyday life without any hardcore. I would add even a bit more, some things like I would love to follow Shabbat for my husband.
I would like that too, but we don't do that. It's a big commitment if you do a lot of other things.
Yes, but every time I visit Shabbat, I'm like, oh my God, this is just such a great family time. Yes, so this Easter, for example, we did some eggs coloring with my kids, and in Ukraine it's a special technology with wax and different natural colorings. Also has a lot of meaning in our culture, because the drawings on the egg, they are so small and have usually so many details that it's also a kind of meditation.
Like mandala drawings.
Yes, exactly. So this is more like a mandala drawing on the egg.
Amazing.
And Ukrainians usually store them for years to see how your mind is progressing.
That's nice.
In controlling the drawings. So we follow a lot of traditions, but they're mixed between Jewish and Ukrainian cultures.
And then probably some British as well, because your kids go to English school, so...
Yes, this is what teachers do instead of me.
Yeah,
and
that's a nice
and
thing.
then my kids teach me those traditions.
Okay.
This is how I learned what is egg hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how I learned when I say, oh God, I am a sinner. And other things.
That's nice. So you don't feel like they come forced. It's just part of your everyday, bringing those traditions to your children.
Yes.
Which is very nice. I think it's important to keep traditions in the family when we pass through different countries and different regions. It's nice for the children to know where they come from.
Where is your husband from?
Brazil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's Jewish Brazilian traditions, or what is your mix?
I am Jewish. He's not Jewish. So he's Brazilian, and not really Christian, just Brazilian. And I am Jewish from Latvia, but my mom's side came from Ukraine. So we have quite a lot of things that you described. Not Christian, Jewish, but doing pilmeni in the kitchen with grandma is definitely part of my family traditions.
Then I definitely have to invite you next year to Carpathians for the Easter, let's say, or another. We have this amazing holiday when sheeps come back to the village, because usually during the summer they are up in the mountains.
Yeah.
And then when they come back, it's like a huge celebration of cheese and milk and wool in the villages. If you would want to discover more your Ukrainian heritage, I would be happy to guide you.
Definitely.
Anytime you feel like.
Definitely. I would love to go. I had more questions about the children, if that's okay.
Sure.
So I seen you after giving birth on Instagram, going out looking incredible. Can you tell us how is that possible? I'm going to be taking notes because I need that advice for myself.
It's your second birth, right?
Yeah.
Is it natural?
I hope so. I mean, can you plan it? I hope to have a natural. Was yours natural?
Yes. And this was an amazing discovery for me, because my first was cesarean, second one was with epidural, and this one happened to be completely natural. So I was basically standing when I delivered to my husband's hands.
Oh, at home?
No, it was in the hospital, but the doctor couldn't make it to our room.
Wow.
So my husband is my personal superhero.
Wow.
And I love him very much, because I didn't say it in the previous interview. So I have to tell you, baby, I love you so much. And yes, so when you deliver without anesthesia, in 2 minutes, you feel such a boost of hormones. It's hard to explain how good you actually feel being just such a great human, delivering babies,
empowering.
Feeling proud of yourself after all those 2 days. In my case, the contractions take me 2 days.
Wow.
So I just took a shower. I moved all the furniture in our hospital suite the way I wanted. I texted everyone that I am such a great girl. I delivered. Yes, then we slept for 5 hours, and this is when I was begging doctors to let us home, which they did. And yes, it's absolutely possible, but shouldn't be without anesthesia, definitely. Because after, I will not explain you how awful you feel after cesarean, but this is a complete disaster for a week. After anesthesia takes you maybe 2 days, when you're shaking after the medicine and everything. And if you just ready for nature to lead you, it's not that much more painful, but it's definitely more healthy.
And why do you think you were ready now and not before? Or
I wasn't ready now, they just didn't make it to the room.
Okay. They weren't ready.
I was begging for epidural. I was like yelling it to the entire wing in Chelsea Hospital. Epidural, please.
But you had this now, and you were grateful.
Yes. I'm so thankful to the entire doctor's crew and the Westminster Chelsea Hospital. I cannot be more thankful for my third and best delivery.
Great. I am a big natural birth fan, but I understand that it has to be safe and everyone needs to be ready for that. So,
yeah. Where are you delivering?
In Brazil.
Oh,
but I'm doing a home birth, so let's see.
This is so nice. I am so proud of you. You're gonna enjoy it so much.
I want to, yeah.
Oh my God.
Just want to be in my vibe, and I feel like I never actually taken drugs, but I feel like it's like a psychedelic trip or a mushroom trip.
It is.
It's a, it's a very special ritual for women to see their true power, maybe, I don't know, their themselves so raw. And
you're so great in describing how I feel about it.
Yeah, and we are so grateful to had this experience, because obviously if the doctor says it's not safe or something, then I will follow the doctor. Yeah.
Just make sure this doctor is Brazilian.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. And your pregnancy, I saw you travel everywhere. You were like jumping off a boat pregnant in Greece. You know, you saw friends. Like, obviously Instagram is Instagram.
Yes.
That's why I'm asking you. But I felt there was so much lightness about you. And even now, because we live in Brazil, we had booked like a year ago, before I was pregnant, a trip to Amazon. And I was like, to go, not to go, I'm pregnant. And then I was like, Mariana went to Greece pregnant, I can go to the Amazon. Like, I had this, you know, in my head, like, I'm not sick, you know, I'm just pregnant. Like, go for it, live your life.
Well done.
So how, I want to kind of know how you are thinking about these things. Where does this lightness come from?
I'm unpopular, because when I was pregnant with David, the first son, we didn't know I am pregnant for the first 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when I came to our family doctor, thinking I'm few weeks pregnant, and he delivered the news that it's not actually few weeks. I was sure just that I'm tired from work, and that's why my period just not as usual.
Same was my first pregnancy. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then I told him, like, doctor, like, basically, my mom delivered me to your hands. So if you would tell me that I have to stop this pregnancy, because we were partying like crazy. Can you imagine? 28 years old, we just met. So Mike and me, we were all around the world, like flying, parties, dancing. Like, I was not ready for this at all. So I told him, like, I think it should be done like in some different way. He's like, don't worry. If this baby wouldn't meant to be born, the pregnancy would be like
aborted naturally.
Yeah. Really careful about your pregnancy, and let's say the child is not that healthy, you know. I would better live my full life making sure I am delivering like a super healthy baby, instead of protecting the child which is might be not so healthy, you know. Especially taking that those are my only 3 pregnancies in my entire life, and I had no any other cases, which I understand that for some women can be traumatic, and that this is what sets them up for the later careful pregnancies. Yeah, but in my case it always was okay, so I don't see the reason to be scared to live my full life.
Quick pause. Thanks for joining us so far. If you want to hear from more inspiring guests like Mariana, give this episode a like or subscribe to our page. It helps us reach more listeners and keeps the conversation going. Now, back to it. Yes, so you don't worry, you focus on your life. I mean, I'm sure you felt tired and sleepy at some points, but...
So I sleep.
Yeah, so you sleep. Yeah. And then when you're in Greece, you're jumping off the boat. Like, you're there when you're there and you're enjoying your life.
Yeah, I don't do anything I consider crazy, let's say. Because I consider crazy, let's say, drinking.
Yeah.
Or smoking.
Yeah.
This is a non-go for me with a pregnancy. Maybe like on later stages it can be like half of glass of red wine, but nothing more than this. So this is what I consider much more unhealthy than, let's say, walking for 20 kilometers like we did in the mountains when I was pregnant. But yes, I guess just I consider unhealthy things being different. Medication, this is what I also hate, and I consider it unhealthy. Or laying down for pregnant women. unless, of course, it's doctor's prescription.
Yeah, like bed rest.
Yes, just
Live your life.
yeah.
Nice. I'm trying to do that, but I just had your picture in my mind all the time, jumping off the boat, like, keep doing. Even now, I wanted to record the second season, and I was like, should I fly, you know, from Brazil? It's far. And then I was like, do it now. Like, it's not going to get easier, you know? Now is the time. Go for it. So you've been a great inspiration to me.
Oh, wow.
How, you obviously look fantastic. How do you manage to keep your body and stay in shape with 3 children, after having 3 children, with the rhythm that you have?
Well, it's not my perfect shape yet, but give me another 5 months. I'll be there. Also, unpopular thing to say, but I do nothing.
Okay.
I believe that the best you can do is something you can keep for the entire life, first of all. And then I believe that a lot of methods which are told to be good for women to recover, to get slimmer, and it's more a marketing than a real thing. For me, it's the most important to keep my sanity, to stay calm, to love myself, to give myself time. Because after giving birth, you just need to understand that first year, especially while you're breastfeeding, and I'm still breastfeeding, because of the hormones, you're gonna be a bit puffy, and it's okay. And you're gonna have some extra weight, and you're gonna want to eat at night because you're basically a milk production factory. So if you just give yourself this year, it's all gonna go away, and you're gonna be as slim as you was before, most likely. Just don't ruin your balance with diets or starving to death or painful exercises which are you actually not fit to because you don't sleep at night. Waking up and killing yourself in the gym is not, I don't consider it's something that your body needs, because the relaxation is the most sexiest and beautiful thing in the woman. When you're relaxed, this is the best you can do to yourself.
But then you also walk a lot, you work a lot, you stay active in other ways outside the gym, right?
Yes,
because usually women who say I do nothing, I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't buy this. Like, you just don't feel like you do something, but you do a lot, like, I'm sure.
Definitely. So work keeps me sane, walks keep me sane, my friends keep me sane. Getting drunk once a month also keeps my sanity, you know. Of course, keeping your milk freezed and letting it to be in the fridge for the kids while you go out. You go out, yes. What else? A lot of water, simple food. I don't like anything that
processed.
Of course. No, but something like, how do you call it? Like almond milk, like sweeteners, everything that's supposed to change something regular in your life.
Substitutes, like any modern substitutes for food.
Exactly. Yes, I do believe in milk, like full fat, like which just was taken from the cow. This is my best
basic products.
Product.
I am definitely eating more like that now that I'm pregnant. Naturally, I don't really consume a lot of dairy, but now it's like yogurts, full fat milk, butter and bread. Not a lot, but you know, back to farm food. I came to it naturally, and it feels so good.
You at some point you're gonna feel like you crave milk.
Really?
Yes, because you're like creating it. So I guess if you're connected with yourself and you listen to your body, it gives you a lot of hints.
Great, but to be connected with your body, can you tell us also how does your like normal day look like, and how do you find time for those moments? As you said, you're running a small corporation at home outside your work. Like, how do you find those moments of peacefulness to connect with yourself?
Rarely. I was driving here with my 2 older kids to school. And of course, this 1 hour drive makes you lose yourself with all the fights in the car. And so after the drop off, I just went out, and where the traffic was really heavy, I just took my headphones, my meditative music in my ears, and I just walked through Putney Bridge, and it was an amazing morning moment for me. I believe this is one of those things which lets me connect to myself, as well as walking. I walk a lot, and woods, nature, swimming in the wild ponds, this what recharges me a lot. I don't have it much here in London, but swimming also is my way of connection.
That's so nice. I started swimming a year ago. I'm not a good swimmer, but I feel like it's the only, if I'm running, I put music or I have my phone, but it's the only place where I really have no thoughts. Like, it's just me and water in a way. It's a new thing that I'm discovering. It's very nice.
Oh, it's such a nice thing if you don't have thoughts there, because my brain is, oh my god, it's
Doesn't stop.
yeah, it's a stock market in New York in the best times. Just like yeah, balancing between kids, work, myself. It's always such a challenge. Myself is always on the last priority there, but I'm fine with this, to be honest.
It's this period.
Yes.
Yes, it's gonna pass as well. That's great. I feel the same, but I always try to put myself higher on the list, but I end up always on the bottom. And I had some questions about your work, but also about your travel and about your friends. Friends seem to play a big part in your life and traveling. How do you manage that?
I travel with friends.
That's the easiest way, I guess.
Yes, I'm blessed to be surrounded by such an amazing crowd. Here it's particularly 2 different groups, Ukrainian crowd and, let's say, British international crowd. Both of them are closing different gaps in my heart. For example, with Ukrainians, I can be homesick. I can talk about war as much as I want. With British crowd, I can party. I can discuss kids. Not that I cannot do it with Ukrainians or opposite, but I would say those would be my priorities with those 2 groups. And the biggest inspiration of my life, I was just discussing it with my psychologist recently, that I told him that I should cure this in myself, that I cannot do certain things alone. I need someone to encourage me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, why do you need to cure it? Just have someone next to you who encourages you. And it's so true in my case, because my best moments in my life, they are because people around me were the inspiration. Sometimes it's my kids, sometimes it's Mike, my husband, friends, all the time there for me to push me in the back when I feel lazy or doing nothing.
That's nice friends to have.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. And how do you feel when you just came from a work trip? Mm-hmm. How do you feel when you're away from home and traveling without your family?
Balanced. Yes. Having 3 kids at home might sound easy, but it's a kind of situation where when you are having work trips, it feels like vacation. No matter how long is the shoot. Last time in Rome it was 15 hours in a row. So basically you work entire day from 8 a.m. till midnight. And still it feels good.
It's the only thing you have to
Nobody yells. Everyone loves what you're doing. Nobody tells you that his breakfast has no enough sugar. Everyone tells you how good you are, and you're like, oh my God, I love my work. I'm just so blessed to have it from time to time, to know that I'm actually good at something, because being at home you always suck. You know?
Yeah, and the older the kids get, I think the more you suck. So yeah, definitely. Mine is in the eye rolling stage, so everything is a bit of a difficulty at home. But I like that. I don't take it personally, but it can get. It definitely feels vacation now. You're right, and I have just one kid, so.
But if he's in puberty age.
Not yet. He's 10, just over 10, but he's a little teenager, so yeah.
Yeah, so it's like 3.
Maybe. And tell me, how did your relationship with Dr. Barbara Sturm started?
We have met on Maldives, actually.
It's a nice place to meet.
Exactly. And it was a destiny, I guess. Because I met her in the first day of our vacation with kids, and it was a resort where they opened the resort 2 weeks per year for kids, and it was the first time they have opened their doors for kids, because it's wellness spa resort, and it was for with adult only concept. And we took the kids with us for the Easter holiday, and the map of the island was saying kids club at some point. So I went there first thing in the morning, just to have my peace. And when I reached the point where it was supposed to be a kids club, there was Barbara standing there. And first words I heard from her was, actually, she was just standing with her back to me, and there was this staff member or manager, and then I see her back, and something like this happens. What do you mean there is no kids club? And then she turns to me saying, how are we gonna survive here? And she saw that desperation in my eyes, I guess, because she had one, I had 2. And this was the only kids on the island, because the kids club was not open yet, and there were no kids other than ours. So obviously they became the best friends.
That's so cute.
And by the end of those 2 weeks, we haven't seen our children pretty much all the day. We just air-tagged them, and we were just looking on our phones where are they around the island. Even though my son was 5 and my daughter was 4, Pepper, who is the daughter of Barbara, was managing them perfectly. So she became our kids club.
Amazing. That's how it should be.
And we had a lot of time together with Barbara. So we became quite a good friends, especially with her mentality, Eastern German mentality. She's a lot like a Slavic mindset. She is straightforward. If she says something, she really means it. So I adore her. She's my role model. And now when we work together for a few years already, this admiring just goes to another levels, because I'm an absolute fan of her as a person and of what she does and the brand she created. I believe the best cosmetics brand I have ever worked with.
It's definitely one of the best cosmetic brands, right, in the world. Everybody knows who Dr. Barbara Sturm is, but you obviously became more than just friends, because she hires you one project after another. I saw you, I actually never know how to say it. Is it Gstaad?
Yes.
Gstaad. I saw you in Gstaad pumping weeks after having the baby. Is it months after having the baby? When was it?
It was 2 months after having Ella, but we also had a shoot in New York when she was 1 month old, which I don't believe I posted much about. But yes, she traveled to New York with me just for.
She went with you.
She were with me for 2 days.
How did you manage that?
And tomorrow I'm going again to New York.
Oh wow!
And again with Barbara.
How did you manage that to go so quickly? How did it feel?
It's actually much easier now.
Yeah.
When she's all over the floor, demanding all the attention of the world. At that time, she was just a small, sleepy kitten. So I asked my student friend to look after her while the photo shoot.
That's so nice.
And
you did it.
We were
so
best
you show up for each other, I guess, and you deliver the work. All the pictures you make are fantastic. So.
Thank you so much. Yes, definitely Barbara is my main client now, and this month I rarely have time for any other shoots because we went to Barcelona, then Rome, now New York. So we shoot quite a lot together. And now a friend of mine, Kate Rizzo, became her stylist, which my dream team to work with.
I saw that. That was another question of mine. Is that describes you as a friend, I guess, as well, because you bring your friends to work on team. It also makes her an excellent stylist who has the skills. But I really sense, the way you replied to me, you brought your friend to work to doctor. There is a huge sense of sisterhood in yourself. Would you describe yourself like that?
Yes, definitely. I do believe that women can do much more together if they stand for each other. And I try to keep my heart open for sisterhood all my life, basically. There were a few not positive cases, but this is nothing comparing to what women actually did in my life in total. I think the sisterhood is like a moving power actually through my life, which took me to where I am. Women were the most help during all my work progress and my progress as a woman, like in all life spheres. Even my husband, we were introduced by a friend of mine.
That's
who's
so
also
nice. A girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's so nice. Well, that's why I started this podcast, right? So women can have that kind of support. Maybe not everyone is lucky enough to have it in real life. Maybe when they listen, they can have that support from just listening. But hopefully everyone will find it in real life.
Yeah, it's just when you try not to notice everything that might be not so positive around those connections, and you try to focus yourself on the positive notes between you and women who inspire you, and you try to give them as much as possible, you will definitely get in return.
Twice.
I
agree in that as well.
So with Kate, it's that kind of relationship, because she's my friend for a long time and she's an excellent stylist, one of my favorite, to be honest, and I am so happy for them to bond so well with Barbara. I'm just enjoying our team so much. There are so many other amazing people there. Like Barbara's team is like wow for me. Like wow you.
Then it makes it also easier to leave home and children when you know you're gonna have so much fun at work. I'm sure it's hard, but it's also fun. Like for me, coming for work feels exactly. It's like my output. It's for me, It's definitely a recharging. No matter how hard it is, it's recharging my soul. So it's a great to have that.
Definitely, you cannot just leave kids behind. This is something you're always having in your heart, and you're always going to be homesick. But I believe that when you look at your life from the perspective of long years of your life, I believe I will appreciate those work parts I had.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Samuel, again, is 10 years old, and I was just telling yesterday to someone that, we are traveling now, and it used to be that I miss him so much, but he misses me now. And I called him yesterday, and he was like, oh, you're coming back on Friday already? And I was like, I was going to give up my whole career for this, Like, he doesn't even care. There is going to be a time in our kids' life when they don't need us. Of course, we always need our parents, but they don't need us in the same, capacity. And then how are you, like, you need to build a life with that view that one day your children will not need you every day, and you need to have something that needs you still, or you need something, your personal.
This is for sure. But you said an interesting thing, that you're trying to prioritize yourself. So I guess because it was always in balance with me, my stage now is trying to prioritize my family. Because for me it's really hard. I mean, I'm such a stubborn, egocentric, narcissistic person.
My God.
Then that I was always sure that if I lose myself, it will never work well for the other members of my family. So now, just making breakfast for my husband, getting kids ready to school, I don't know, washing some clothes, saying sorry that times when I don't feel sorry. It makes me kind of feel powerful because I can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not lost in translation, but the most powerful moments of my day, it's when I wash dishes.
Yeah. Because it's a commitment to your family. Yeah.
Yes,
I understand that.
Ruling 100 people on the during the set, it's not a problem for me.
It's your natural. It's not a commitment. Yeah.
It's for me like that.
I understand that.
But washing dishes, it's different.
and it's actually giving to your family what they need, right? And it's taking that ego away. And I think children and family life can be very humbling in many ways. Like, it doesn't matter you're CEO or president, or your kids are gonna throw food at you the same way when they are toddlers. So it's a very humbling experience. Just last questions about giving back. Did you want to tell us a bit more about your VARTA project?
Definitely. This is the project of my heart, my volunteering project, and my first project as a movie producer. Because just before the war started, I decided to give myself a bit more space in photography. So I became music video director, and I made, I believe, quite nice 2 music videos for my friends who are famous in Ukraine singers. And when the war started, it was just before the release of the second music video. It was obvious that I cannot shoot something entertaining anymore. And on the other hand, traveling to Ukraine was tricky for some time for me. So through volunteering and through delivering life wastes to some army members back in Ukraine, me and my music video producer, we decided that we're gonna shoot about our army, but switching roles. Since he cannot leave Ukraine, I cannot travel there. And we started VARTA project, which is short movies about different units in our army. So far we have 3 movies. One is about helicopter pilots, another one is about fighter jets pilots, and the third one is about tank battalion. This project is what keeps me close to Ukraine and to what my nation goes through. And recently I have got the medal from the CEO of the army.
Chief officer.
Yes.
I guess it's still
General. Which I would never think it will be something so pleasant, but in fact it is. I love
it's a big honor. Yeah.
I love that little piece of silver, and I love the possibility to connect with the soldiers who are in the very front line, because it's a totally different life, and those people are so amazing, and this is the best people of the best qualities I have ever met in my life. and just keeping for me that life open and seeing it and helping them, because we're raising money through the movies also. It's a great joy. So if it answers your question, we're in the process of applying for a lot of festivals, because before we launched the third part 2 months ago, it was different kind of festivals. Now we're eligible, right? Eligible for A grade festivals, because our, like, all of them 3 together, they make like a long full movie. And we have a lot of awards as a short movie, and this year I believe we're gonna have a lot more.
That's nice. And how can people like me, you know, or just random people, how can we help Ukrainian people? Because there are so many now that left Ukraine. What would be your advice to help Ukrainian people in Europe, for example?
I would say stay in context. Just check the news, because Ukraine is not in the news, but people are actually dying every day, and Kyiv is being bombed every day. And it's not only about how people die, but also about how people live there. Because imagine you being a mom of a kid, you have to go to the school in the morning, which is in the bomb shelter. During the night you had like air raids from 3 to 5 a.m. This is when you have to go to the shelter again with your kid. Your husband serves in the army, so you don't see each other for 3 months, let's say. And what if you traveled abroad and it takes you to get back to Ukraine 2 full days because there are no flights, and your husband doesn't have leaves like every month?
No.
Sometimes they don't have any days off for 6 months.
So we can donate money on the VARTA project if we wanted to help people in Ukraine?
Definitely, if supporting the army is your aim, we can share a link with you. I'll create something for the followers, and those money, let's say they would go for our last movie, This is Fighter Jets, and we donate to the pilots directly. So we have like a small fund, and the commander of the pilots texts us from time to time. So we buy fuel for jets, we buy cars for them to drive through through their airports, let's say. Doesn't look like airports really, but
fields.
Yes.
Yeah, through their fields.
Yes.
That's great. I didn't watch the whole movie, but I watched some bits of it, and it looks
You will have a
good.
chance.
Yeah?
Actually, the best for Londoners would be we're gonna release some part of the tickets. We're gonna do a premiere in September in London, and I would love to have as many people involved as possible, because one of our aims is also not just raising the money, but just showing those people to the public, because the pilot's gonna come and it's gonna be Q&A, so you can
Very
ask
nice.
what are they having for the breakfast, and they are such a cool guys. It's just Top Guns of Ukraine.
Top Guns of Ukraine. I love that. Amazing. I have just a few closing questions about all the topics we did before. So prepare yourself. What are you giving yourself permission not to do anymore?
Not to tolerate the relationship which I find abusing.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. It took me a long time. I was trying to be friends with everyone. And nowadays, I feel a bit like discovering this witch power of telling people, no, actually, you know what? You hurted me and I don't want it to continue.
That's nice. It's soft, powerful, vulnerable. It's great. I'm not there yet, but I want to be there. What do you want your children to learn watching you build this life?
I'm always saying that I want my kids to have as less fears as possible. So sometimes they scare me with what they do, or where they run, or from where they jump. And I hold myself, trying always to measure if it's something that can take their life from them. If not, then please go and learn your lesson. Ride that bike alone if you feel like riding it on the road without cars, but still it's scary for me because I don't see them. I try them to stay fearless.
That's very nice. I am watching my language because sometimes it's not even, it's just how I say things, you know, it's like, oh, but I don't know, it can
Police
be,
will take you.
No, I'm not that bad, but yeah, it's fearless is a good one. What would you say to a mother who wants big family and big career?
Don't overthink. Just do everything what life gives you. So if you have energy, I think this is the most important, especially when you don't sleep nights. Just go for it, because if I would plan my entire actions through my life, I would be nowhere.
Take the opportunities, go for it.
Just, it should be more do's than things.
If someone is listening and they feel like they're drowning in motherhood, you know, what would be the advice you would give them?
Try to find something that people come back to you with. Like if I would be someone you call on an everyday basis, what would you come to me with? Like, what would be the question you would ask me? Tell me, Simona, what would be the question? Yeah, like something like that you need and you think I would deliver it best. What do you think it would be?
I mean, pictures would be one to book a photo shoot, because I still want one with you. And second, I think it's that lightness that you bring. Like, I am so inspired by it. I would be like, do I go to Amazon? You know, but I did this in my head. Or do I come to London? Should I take that work trip? But I did, you know, trying to think like, what would Mariana do? I was like, take the trip, take the chance.
So from your answers, I would assume I would make a good photographer.
Yeah.
And a coach.
Yeah.
Right? So if you are a woman who's stuck in the motherhood, just maybe the easiest would be just watch what people come to you with. Maybe they just want your advice about the style. Maybe they just text you with their new dress from the shop saying, how do you like it?
So if a woman is drowning in motherhood, you would want her to either maybe ask some friends or family, or just watch. I thought that this is an excellent tip.
Observe.
Yeah,
observe what people come to you with.
Yeah.
Or for, yes.
Yeah.
So, for example, maybe they want your recipe of the dinner you recently made, or they would like to know how to arrange their flowers in the garden.
Yeah.
Or they would want your tip with their husband.
Or where to go out for dinner.
Yes, so
start doing more of that.
Which would make you perfect cook, or maybe you have to make your book recipe book, which would, if this is like some family issues, maybe you would make a great psychologist. Or if this is something related with a garden, maybe being florist is your interest.
So look what people come to you for, and then do more of that. Basically, start with that.
Definitely.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming. I know we could speak for hours more, but we have another guests coming here. Thank you for coming and making time.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you, Simona.
Thank you.
And good luck with your delivery. Oh my God, I miss being pregnant. I miss my delivery so much.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode with Mariana, learning all about her vulnerability, insight, and all the ways there are to create a beautiful life. If you enjoyed this conversation, please follow us at do.not.disturb.podcast. And you can find Mariana at Mariana_Shafro. Share this episode with a fellow mom who needs the reminder that motherhood and ambition can coexist. See you next time.